Shalom. All right. First and foremost, Salaka. Let me make sure. All right. First and foremost, I want to give all glory, praise, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakak Wadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders of the great millstone, which rule well. All right. Peace and salutations, honors and blessings to the elect of Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, which are teaching this truth, holding a conduct, composure, and integrity. And above all, having their faith, which is, the most important thing in this truth. All right. Because faith is what is going to get you delivered in these dreadful times that are coming. In the times that we're talking about, with Esau, the so-called white man, which has been extensively proven, all right, diligently, researched on and brought out. This man, all right, which is the devil according to the Bible, Esau, all right, he's getting ready to, roll out his plans for the MOTB, which we've been telling you in Revelation, the 13th chapter, which is the RFID chip. I'm not going to even code it anymore, man. The RFID chip is a common topic to talk about, even amongst common news. All right, even these media outlets, these little sit-down talk shows and shit, man, they're talking about the RFID chip, which RFID means radio frequency identification chip. Okay, a radio frequency identification device, Salakia, man. But anyways, so this devil, man, we've known through the scriptures for the longest time has had a hatred for a particular people, which is you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians. All right, because we are the true, the chosen people that they're, that the creator of the universe and the heavens and all things, the earth. He's chosen us. All right. And the so-called white man, which before I made this lesson, I was watching the Elder Kazakh from Mississippi, and he made a very, pristine comment. There is nobody on this earth that is closer to us than the so-called white man. Because when you go back into the account of the birth of Esau and Jacob, which we are Jacob, the Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians, we are the Hebrew Israelites. Which Israelites come from the name Israel, which goes back to Jacob, because when the account with Jacob wrestling the angel, he was surnamed Israel, which means he's a prince of power. All right, so Esau and Jacob, so Esau versus Israel. Okay, but with their birth account. We already know Esau came out first and Jacob came out next, holding onto the heel. But that was the first account and description of twins. All right. See, Esau is our fraternal twin, though. All right. But he is the closest thing to us. All right. And at the beginning of his story, it was custom that the firstborn would get the birthright, the inheritance, the wealth. Okay. But that didn't happen with Esau. All right. And when you read just a little bit more down, Esau, the so-called white man, sold his birthright, all right, to Jacob. He gave it away for a bowl of food, uncooked food. Okay. So the scriptures, man, we know don't lie. But ever since that time, the so-called white man has had a hatred for Jacob because he, in his mind, Jacob stole the birthright. So the birthright was that, the inheritance of all things, basically, which we know we're going to get this kingdom. All right. We're going to live immortally, eternally. We're going to be, unstoppable and righteous, living forever. And Esau, the so-called white man, is been extremely mad about that ever since he believes he lost that right. The water. I'm going to read a precept right now to get some scriptures in there. 2nd Esdras 3:16. It's one of my favorites. It says, and unto him thou gavest Isaac, all right, which that's talking about Abraham. Abraham's son was Isaac. And unto Isaac also thou gavest Jacob and Esau, which is where it all began. As for Jacob, thou didst choose him to thee and put by Esau. And I love when you look up the word put by, when you look up those two words together, the words put by mean literally to reject. So just replace that with and rejected Esau. Okay, so the reason why I titled the lesson, Kodachrome comment, FedNow, vision looks like it's speaking, is because, man, when you look at what Esau's doing and how he's going to do everything, you know, really through the means of trying to slave Israel again by the MOTB, the RFID chip, you know, we know that this is going to be impossible. All right. Elder Kazakh, man, was just going in on this, man. The things that Esau has on us, man, and the records and this and that. And Esau basically, you know, I'm thinking about that. He's losing. He's playing. He's going against a losing game. You know, he knows the elect can't be deceived, but everything he throws out is hope. He's hoping that maybe it might. You know, even the scriptures say that if it might be possible to deceive the very elect, but it's not. See, we know Esau has no intention of ever trying to, you know, do right. You know, the scriptures say, show favor to the wicked, yet will he not learn righteousness. So we know for a fact it is impossible. Say Esau says, you know what? I fucking give up. I'm done. You know what? Fuck the MOTB. I'm not going to do it. I'm done. Let me bow down. Let me do what I got to do. What do I got to do? Esau will never do that, man, because the scriptures say that it is impossible for him to repent. Though he sought it carefully with tears, man. He sought no repentance. Esau will not stop what he's about to do. Now that leads me to why I brought out on the lesson Kodachrome comment. There was a movie which it was made in the years that I've been in this truth, so I can't tell you how long. I know it's been in that time frame from 2010 up to now. Well, 2008 up to now, Salaki. But there was a movie called Kodachrome. All right. A movie called Kodachrome. You ain't got to check it out. It was a stupid ass hippie movie, but the movie was named Kodachrome. When you go back and you look up what Kodachrome was, it was the material that it was one of the first ever materials that they used to make physical color copies of pictures. But in that movie Kodachrome, they tell you why they did away with physical copies of pictures, or why they did away with color images. And they tell you that the reason why the world did away with Kodachrome is because if you got something physical, okay, it's harder to destroy. You can't just go into someone's house and destroy the evidence, the physical evidence. All right. So it's harder to destroy the physical, you know, the physical of it. But if you turn everything digital, all right, now you see where I'm going with this. If you turn everything digital, you can control it, you can delete it. All right. And Esau is trying to delete and control everything, which brings me to the FedNow. And Shalom, Yahweh Shem Brakatham. With the FedNow, that's all digital. Okay. And before I made this lesson, I wanted to make sure that my stats were on point. At least 79 countries have implemented an instant digital currency system so that they can operate this FedNow bullshit. And see, the whole thing about the FedNow is it literally federal, the government. It allows the government to control your funds. Okay, I think like like over 50 banks in America right now are using it, and at least 79 countries have an instant payment system. See, and this is the trap, like I said, from Esau, man. Yet will he not learn righteousness? It's a trap. All right. The water, Jeremiah 13:23. Can the Ethiopian change his skin, or the leopard his spots? Then may you also do good that are accustomed to do evil. Esau's intents, whether he go crouching, like the scriptures say, yet take good heed and beware of him. You know, because his wickedness, man, is as that iron, man, that rusted. You wipe it away, it's still there. All right. But so check it out, man. With FedNow, one of the perks was that, say you got a bill say you get paid, Salaki, let me try to make it the right way. Say, you had a bill that needed to be paid by Monday, but it's Saturday. Usually, man, you know, payments don't go through on the weekends. With FedNow, now if you make a payment on Saturday, that payment will go through. You won't be late for your bill, okay? with the FedNow transactions. It won't cost anything now to make transactions. All right. You saw the thing with Cash App. You know, they take 7 cents, you know, per percent. All right. You know, you transfer $10. Now they take 92 cents, you know. And so those prices went up since Cash App actually started. But you see what they're doing. But with FedNow, we know they can control it. They can delete it. You see everybody with their bank accounts, man, getting frozen. All right. Instant. Yeah. Instant gratification. Yep. And that's the ploy, man. See, Esau, like the Elder Kazakh was talking about, man, Esau knows Israel because he's the closest thing to us. Esau, man, that is a pristine statement that the brother made, man, which comes through Elder Apostle Gabar. The closest nation and people to us on the planet is Esau, because he knew who we were before we knew about it, you know, in America. You know, he knows, you know, there's something called homoeroticism. That goes into even the cannibalism about Esau eating, you know, Jake. All right. But the whole ploy is to, you know, trap up the world and control everybody and have, you know, and have the ultimate power. Exactly. We're brothers. Like I was talking about in the beginning with Jacob and Esau. All right. You know, they're fraternal twins. Salakia. All right. And Esau, like I was saying, has been mad that, you know, he lost, quote unquote, because he never lost it, man. He gave it away. But he's mad that he, quote unquote, lost his birthright, man. So he's been trying to take it back ever since, away from the children of Israel. Jacob and Esau, the war between good and evil. Because we already know Esau is the sinister side of the Most High, man. He's the left-hand side, the literal physical counterpart of Satan, of Satan, but being used on the left-hand side from the Lord. And like the brother did make it known, man, the Lord is going to allow Esau to basically have his way, you know, as far as up to a certain point. You know, he's not going to get full, I'll say, gratification, you know, but he's going to get to, the Lord is going to allow Esau to get to a certain point, you know, with all this digital bullcrap, because of, you know, the last digital control mechanism that Esau's going to use is the RFID chip, the C-HIP, which he's going to use to implement or to force an implant into your body to keep constant tracking tabs on you. You've seen it in the movie Snowden, the movie, what was it? Dark Knight with Batman, The Dark Knight with the Joker. Okay. You know, where they show the sonar and everything. They're constantly watching, man. You know, they tap our calls. They're watching the videos. All right. Because Esau, like the elder said, man, Esau is fascinated with Jacob, man. So they're constantly watching. Hey, Judith, the 5th chapter, man. Okay. And when you go back into history with these other nations putting us into captivity, you can look and find out Esau was in the background doing shit, man. So, but his last tactic and maneuver, which I thought I had my sword on me, man. I don't know why. Actually, I do. There we go. Because going back to Revelation, all right, which the vision that's coming to pass, right? You notice these certain scriptures, man, that are actually future prophecy, like Habakkuk. You know, we always read, it says, for the vision is yet for a appointed time. Well, it seems like this vision is pretty damn well speaking now. You never had so much talk on like I said, these bum ass media outlets. You know, sit down talks. It ain't always about bitches and, you know, bullshit. It's about the fucking rollout plan for money. You know, who is it? I can't remember these two nations, man. Arabs and someone else, man. That's made. They just paid in, what is it, rubles? But they just did away with the dollar. They dumped the dollar. All right. But that goes again back to the Kodachrome statement that I made, man. With Kodachrome, physical copy is harder to control. All right. With the dollar, shit, you could put $1 under your, you know, like Jake is always notorious for saying, I got my money under my bed. All right. The police and shit can come into your house and raid your shit, you know, like Denzel Washington did with Ethan Hawke, you know. But that's not how it's going to go down. Like the Elder Kazakh said, and I'm going to be correlating it back to his live he was just doing. And I advise brothers to watch that live he just did. Or if he's still doing it, because, man, it was hella informative. All right? The reason why Esau is doing these things, okay, because he don't have to, like the brother said, he don't have to come in with troops like he's going to, with these foreign troops, to, because he ain't going to use his own, American troops. He already test ran that, man. A lot of American troops were asked, could they kill an American citizen if they were told to? And a lot of them said they couldn't. That's why you got these other foreign nations, man, that, these allied troops that Esau's going to use to police America, when they start rolling out the MOTB. But like the brother said, man, he ain't got to use those troops. He already got the power. But like the brother said, with power, you can make a point. And Esau is going to try to make a point. All right, which Revelation, let me get this, Revelation 12 and 10. It says, and I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now has come salvation and strength in the kingdom of our power and the power of his anointed. And this is what Esau fears the most, because he's getting nervous. The brother made mention about the things that going on in the heavens, that Esau knows that that's all connected to us. They know exactly what's out there, man. They know the chariots of the angels of the Lord. They know it belongs to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. And they know that these chariots slash armies, soldiers, I'll call them like that for now, they know that they're coming down for one reason, and that's to liberate the people of Israel. Okay? And that's why this scripture applies. It says, again, and I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now has come salvation and strength in the kingdom of our power, and the power of his Hamashiach. For the accuser of our brethren, that's talking about the so-called white men. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down. See, Esau, man, like I said, despite the losing battle that Esau keeps on trying to fight against the Lord, by trying to fuck with us too, and trying to disappoint prophecy and all that, despite all his failed attempts, he keeps on fighting. Because when he reads the scriptures, man, he reads this and it says, for the accuser of our brethren is cast down. And Esau, it does come into his mind like, oh, fuck. This is why Esau is doing what he's doing, because he's desperately trying to hold on to what he's lost since the beginning. Something he never even had. That's why he did everything he did. That's why he, by violence, he took everything. Okay? That's why it tells you that by violence shall that great city Babylon be thrown down, because it was nothing but violence and robbery. What didn't it say in Nahum, the 3rd chapter? The city is full of lies and robbery. We already know Esau stole this place, man. And then he made it a prison planet. Okay? So when it says, for the accuser of our brethren is cast down, that's talking about the so-called white man going down. All right? Being destroyed. Okay? It says, which accuse them before our power day and night. That goes into, how, you got Jake, bugged out today, man, doing all, everything against what the Lord tells him to do. But Esau put it out there for Jake to do. So he's responsible. But Esau looks at the Lord like, well, they doing it. They should know not to do it. Why aren't you getting on them? But you're the one that's causing all this confusion. That's why you're being held accountable. It says, for the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our power day and night. And they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb, which the Lamb is Yahushai. Because at the end, it is going to be through Yahushai, man, that's going to deliver the nation of Israel, man, out of Babylon, aka America. All right? And it says, and they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony, and they loved not their lives unto the death. It says, therefore rejoice, ye heavens. And here's one other thing, man. Here's a pretty little thought for Esau, man. I've always loved to quote this from the movie Hercules with what's his name? Dwayne Johnson, The Rock. There's a point when, the king or whatever traps up Hercules and everything, and basically it's through envy, because he sees that the king sees that the people love Hercules. So he's afraid of being overthrown and putting Hercules up and bullshit. Anyways, there's a comment that was made by the king. He said, I can deal with the man who has a price because he can be bought. What I cannot deal with is a man who cannot be bought because he has no price. You know, the scriptures say right here, and they loved not their lives unto the death. We can't be bought, all right? And that's what that kills Esau. There's nothing you can do or say that will detach us from really keeping our understanding. You know, the brother, again, Elder Kazak, man, this is all, you know, I had to speak on this, man, because I was even thinking about the FedNow today. As I was driving, man, I had to go, you know, take care of some business. And then I click on the brother, you know, Elder Kazak from Mississippi, man, and he's talking exactly about what I was talking, you know, saying in my head. So I was like, hell yeah, I got to speak on this, you know. But, you know, it said right here again, and by the word of the testimony, and they love not their lives unto the death. Like I said, there's nothing that Esau can do. There's no type of detachment or deterrent or delusioning or, you know, feigned agenda that you can push to make us believe you or to bow or submit. That's why when, you know, the brother was reading in 2nd Ezra, the 16th chapter, let me get it, Salakia, when it talks about they shall be like madmen, sparing none. Let me see. 2nd Ezra 16 and 70, it says, for there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection, which the word insurrection means a violent uprising, upon those that fear the Lord. They shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. See, because, again, we can't be bought, man. We don't have a price. Our price is to get the fuck out of here, man, and to get out of the grips of the devil, man, which is the so-called white man. All right? Well, let's see. Again, well, you know what? Let me read this, because I saw this precept, man. Daniel 8:25 says, and through his policy also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand, and he shall magnify himself in his heart, and by peace shall destroy many. Now, this is talking about Antiochus Epiphanes, okay? Which, Antiochus the madman, all right? During the Greek Empire, you know, the way that he came in, okay, that, you know, through peace, but then he destroyed, it said he destroyed wonderfully with it, because just like they're doing now, they're trying to make a more comfortable, despite the malaria, you know, they say that 3 types of viruses are going to come in now, man. The CVID, some other type of shit, not influenza, but like the fluenza or something. I don't know, man. There's like 3 type of things they're talking about. Despite all this that's going on, they're going to try to say, well, this new currency system is what's going to help you know, decrease the spread of malaria, you know, and people are going to buy into it for some weird ass reason, man, because the world is simple and bought in, you know. But Esau, man, is you know, through his policy and the craft, which his craft is his deception, man. All right, going back to being cunning, a skillful deceiver. And when you look in the word policy, all right, the word and through his policy actually goes back to cunning. All right, when you look it up, I can't remember exactly what it says, but policy actually goes back to the word cunning, which cunning again means to be skillfully deceptive. So through skillful deceptiveness, man, this devil Esau, because again, like, well, hold on, let me clarify again. This is talking about Antiochus Epiphanes, but Antiochus Epiphanes was an Edomite, all right, and he was a good precursor example to who the so-called white man is in this time. Because with Antiochus, man, when you look at what he was doing with the South, you know, and then I think even going east, like I said in Daniel the 8th chapter, you know, he was trying to take, what is it, man? He was trying to take Alexandria at one point in time, because he was going back into Egypt, and he wanted to take Egypt, but there was an emissary sent from Rome, Popilius, basically pooped on his whole party. He thought he was going to have his free leave to go do what he wanted to do, to make himself king of Egypt. And the emissary, you know, this dude basically told him, like, hey, motherfucker, get out of Egypt. And Antiochus was, you know, getting mad. You see back, you know what, a couple years now, damn, it's been a year or two. You know, you saw sloppy Joe Biden, right? When he got on the news, which he speaks for the elites, you know, the higher ups. They had that news report where, you know, he was saying, you know, we've been patient, but our patience is running out. Same thing with Antiochus, man. His patience ran out when he couldn't do what he wanted to do. So he turned toward the Holy Land, which was Israel. He turned toward our people and started fucking us up. That's what he's about to start doing here. Esau is about to do the same damn thing. He's seen that we're not submitting. The men of the Lord are still on the highways and byways telling everybody, like, don't believe this devil. This devil is going to be destroyed. You know, so that don't sit well with Esau, you know? Hey, if you go more into this chapter of Wisdom of Solomon, you know, we call him a counterfeit. Basically, we're telling Esau, man, you ain't the true ruler. You ain't a real minister. You're not the chosen people. All right? You know, power was given to you. And when you look at the word given, it means to be transferred to. The same word that was said to Satan from Yahweh Shai, you know, in Luke, when it said that for all these things are delivered unto me, when you look up the word delivered by, it literally means handed over to. So who handed it over? That's, you know, just side note. Same thing with Esau, man. So who gave you that power, seeing it was never originally yours? Okay? So, you know, the whole thing with Esau, though, is he sees that everybody's catching on, all right? The world is starting to see that he's a fucking liar, all right? And now his society is going down because Esau, he thrived off of secrecy. That's how wickedness spreads, through secrecies and darkness. Well, a brother, you know, Shopper of the 12, all right, posted this earlier. Let me find it. Oh yeah, it was the very first precept. Jeremiah 49:10. It says, but I have made Esau bare. Esau / Edom, or Idawamya, all right, or Ishashwa, which is Esau, you know, in Hebrew, Idumea, Teman, all right. That's who it's talking about, which Idumea is Greek for Edom, all right. But it's talking about the so-called white man. Because when you go in the scriptures and you read about Teman, Idumea, who else? Let me see. It said, hold on. Where is it? Where's the damn scripture? Yeah. Teman, Idumea, Edom, even Tyrus in his time. When you read certain accounts about them, it doesn't speak well about how they were acting or what's being said to him. Because Esau, man, again, he don't have a future, man. All right, he's going to be destroyed. And like the brother said, in 60 minutes. But it says, but I have made Esau bare, the so-called white man bare. I have uncovered his secret places. All right, the secret places is what, you know, all these lies that he pushed on the earth, everything he used to hide who he was, you know, calling himself white, you know, the going back in the 1660s and everything, you know, that false, you know, that what do you call it, a complex, you know, the white complex, all right, or a construct, there you go, Salakia. But, you know, making himself seem pure, all right. But even, you know, the word doctor, you know, because doctors are just, you know, they dress themselves in white. The word doctor means to falsify. So Esau, man, we already know he's a forger of lies. All right. You know, again, like back in Daniel, the 8th chapter 2, the policy. But it says, I have made Esau bare. What in the hell? Slakia. I didn't know you could do that. It says, but I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places, meaning he's been exposed, all right? And he shall not be able to hide himself. Right there, yeah, and he shall not be able to hide himself, because it comes to a certain point, man, where everybody's going to catch on to your bullshit. Everybody's going to know that what you were doing on this earth, man, your agenda was to lie. You go into Revelation, the 13th chapter, it talks about how, you know, you went throughout the whole earth deceiving the whole world. In fact, let me see if I can find it real quick. Let me see. Let me see. I know the one I was thinking about was in Revelation 12, and 9, it said, and the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. But there's another one. Let me see. Revelation 13 and... Let's see. Is that it? Is that... Hold on. I guess that might have been it. I thought there was another one. I thought it was maybe Revelation 13 and... I don't know. I'm kind of looking at like Revelation 13 and 5, where it said, and there was given unto him a mouth speaking great things and blasphemies. Because at one point in time, Esau was able to lie to the world. He was able to tell the world that he was the exalted one. He was able to, portray himself as the real ministers, the anointed. Yeah, he is anointed. He is chosen. In what is that, Ezekiel the 28th chapter? But it says that he was the anointed cherub that covereth. All right. When you go into covereth, it's actually obscurity, which obscurity is to hide or to cover. And that's what Esau did, man. He covered everything, man. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. He covered essentially everything about the Lord and the purpose of each nation's lot, what they're supposed to be doing, mainly in particular, our people, the so-called Negro, Latinos, Native American Indians, the Israelites. All right, but I said right here, and there was given unto him a mouth speaking great things and blasphemies, and power was given unto him to continue 40 and 2 months. And that goes into, again, the 350 years, all right, where he was able to, take Jake from West Africa, and it worked for him. Nothing bad happened. Man, there's a lot of agendas in between. I want to say like Magnus something, man. Magnus something, Knight something, Slovakia. I'm having a big brain fart. But, one that even, something that comes up even to this time, Agenda 21. These initiatives to make the earth a better living environment, a better place for the whole world to dwell in unity and, harmony. But it was really all a lie, man. It was all so that he could control everything. Because in Agenda 21, he tells you that this devil tells you that he can control the resources, the way the environment is made up. So you control the resources, man. You control the people. All right. You had that whole supply chain issue, like a year or so ago. So, man, look, we ain't ignorant. We know what's going on. All right. 2 Thessalonians 2 and 8. It says, and then shall that wicked be revealed, which that wicked is talking about the so-called white man, all right? It's not talking about, No, I'm going to keep it. It said, and then shall that wicked be revealed, which is talking about the so-called white man, all right? In fact, let me get the whole part. 2 Thessalonians 2 and I'll start at verse 3. It says, let no man deceive you by any means. You know what? Verse 2. 2 Thessalonians 2 and 2, because I want to say something real quick. That you be not soon shaken in mind or be troubled, neither by spirit, nor by word, nor by letter as from us, as that the day of Hamashiach is at hand. And it was Yahweh Shai and his spirit, man, the Holy Spirit, that kept our understanding in this time. The brother quoted in Revelation, man, about blessed is he who watcheth and keepeth his garments, man. See, we understood after we got the Holy Spirit, man, to not take our fucking eye off the ball. We understood that by watching, we were to observe intently and carefully, understanding that at any moment in time, things could pop off. We understand that destruction is in this time, doom, and it was going to come through a force. All right, the so-called white man. So it says, let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first. And that happened. All right. We fell away. We discontinued from our heritage. Let's fast track it to slavery. We came into slavery, and Esau beat out the understanding from us. Khan, hey, Shalom, Zaquan, Shalom. It says Deuteronomy 30:7. Let me go and get it for you real quick, and I'm going right back. Salakia. Deuteronomy 30:7 says, and the Lord thy power will put all these curses upon thine enemies and on them that have thee, which persecuted thee, which was a so-called white man. But check this out. You said the average Edomite living paycheck to paycheck, 3 checks from homelessness. They got screwed by their own people. I actually saw this yesterday, man, online. Something was on Google. It let me know, man. So hey, that's the spirit, man. The water Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. But yeah, man, these curses are coming back, man. We again, man. Hell from beneath has moved for thee. I mean, your whole entire structured society is literally being destructuralized. That's what destruction or destroy means. D, to take structural or to destroy, Salakia, is to destructuralize. And that's what the Lord is doing. He's turning everything upside down pursuant to 2nd Esdras, the 4th chapter. So going back to 2 Thessalonians 2 and 3 again, it says, let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first. And like I said, that happened. So it ain't going to happen again, because the spirit of understanding came back to us. All right, starting, back in the early 60s, the Holy Spirit didn't enter into anybody until it came to Elder Abba Bivens. All right, Elder Abba Bivens was the first one to receive the Holy Spirit, man. But you did have Jake seeing little shit. That don't mean that the Holy Spirit was dealing with them. That was just showing the people like, yeah, something's going on here, man. Something's going to happen. And then that spirit of life that entered back into us, which was started in 1969 with Elder Abba Bivens, and then went all the way up until now. The spirit been working, man. So it says, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition, the son of destruction, which is the so-called white man, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called the Most High, or that is worshipped, so that he, as the Most High, sitteth in the temple of the Most High, shewing himself that he is the Most High. That goes back to Revelation, the 13th chapter, when I was reading. And he was given a great mouth, all right? Revelation 13:5, and there was given unto him a mouth speaking great things and blasphemies. All right, he was able to do all this, man. Everything he put his hand to every malicious agenda and intent that he had against Jake and in the world to get more power, it actually worked. That's why he's come up to the level that he is now. That's why the scriptures say, who can make war with the beast? All right, that's Esau as a whole, basically. Who can make war against, the so-called white man? All right, he got all the power, man. He got, these vassal, what you would call a vassal, these other nations, all right, which are known as like little provinces to him, but they help contribute and spread his oh man, what do you want to call it? His I'll just say, for the lack of better words, agenda. So Salakia. All right. His system. There you go. So that right there, or that is worship, so that he, as the Most High, sitteth in the temple of the Most High, shewing himself that he is God. It says, remember ye not that when I was yet with you, I told you these things, and now you know what withholdeth that he might be revealed in his time. Hey, the water. Revelation 18:3, for all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, which the her is America. All the other nations, the whole world. Doesn't it say in Jeremiah 51, it says that all the nations have drunken of her wine and therefore the nations are mad? Because everybody's had a taste of America and their bullying and their sanctions. Sanction is like an ordained thing, but sanction also can mean a threatening guideline. It can be used as a threat, all right? But every nation has felt of her fornication, man, all right? Going back when Egypt, there was a point in time when they were, before they appointed their first president in Egypt back in like 2000, between 2013 and 15, I'll say. I can't remember exactly. It was all this hell that was going on in Cairo, Egypt. There was a report from some of the citizens, man. They were like, when has America ever gone into a country and things came out good? See, the whole world, like, again, Esau is being revealed, man. The whole world is catching on to this devil's bullshit, man. It says, for all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her. And the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. Yeah, But hey, you know, I won't speak on that. 2 Thessalonians 2:6. And now you know what withholdeth, that he might be revealed in his time, which now is the time. All right. It says, for the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. And look again, it says again the same thing, like I said in Revelation the 12th chapter, being cast down, taken out of the way, seeing him no more. These are all indications of showing that this devil, the so-called white man, is about to be destroyed. So it says, verse 8, and then shall that wicked be revealed, the so-called white man, Esau, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, which we're revealing and consuming this devil by the men of the Lord being on the highways and byways. So we constantly bringing out information about this devil, man. Constantly bringing out these podcasts and sit down talks where they're bringing out like little secret information. You know, this, video I posted just last week, this Edomite, a regular, Joe Blow, was talking about the whole digital currency, man, and how the only way they can make something like that work, they got to cause chaos, or they have chaos. Then Esau's got to come in and give this, we got this conveniently new working way that will help, fix this. So, hey, consuming with the spirit of his mouth, revealing the lies, all right? It says, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. That's ultimately the thermonuclear missiles. You just saw the movie Oppenheimer. I still got to check it out. But brothers are talking about it, man. It's showing that, Esau believed that this was going to cause some type of chain event eventually. Well, the scriptures talk about it. You were given the sword, and your own sword is going to be used against you to destroy you in this future, but yet soon time, Lord willing. That brightness of his coming is the return of Yahweh Shem Yahshai, but using the thermonuclear missiles to destroy your whole country, America. All right. But it says, even him who is coming is after the working of Satan, which I brought this out in the very beginning, man. The sinister side, the left-hand side of the Lord, doing the whipping on Israel, on Jake, is the so-called white man. But his coming is after the working of Satan, with all power and signs and lying wonders, which even him who's coming, I think it's, let me see. Yeah, the word coming right there actually means his presence, all right? His image and his presence. So even him who's coming is after the working of Satan, with all power and signs and lying wonders, and with all, here it is, and with all deceivableness of unrighteousness, and then that perish. Because, Jake sold into Esau, man, in his time, man. They sold out to actually believe this devil, man, But all of this is being exposed. All right, everybody's starting to get tired of this, man, and they realize it. Oh, who was it, man? Jane Fonda, I think. She said, "If you want to make this world a better place, imprison white people, put white men in prison." It says, and with all deceivableness of unrighteousness, and then that perish. Because, man, at the end of the day, Esau, man, has been a perfect devil, man. He lied, man, and he lied his ass off. He made the whole world buy into his bullshit, man, and think he was the guy. But I always said this, man, you should always question the guy who's never wrong. Also a guy who never makes a faulty decision. With America, man, they seem to always make the right decisions with their policies. So let me read this, and I'm probably going to end it off. Revelation 12 and again 11, and they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb, which we overcame the system. We overcame this way of life, the elect. All right. We didn't bow down, man. We didn't submit. We didn't bend the knee, like brothers say, man. We didn't take that MOTB, the RFID chip, which is going to be the last device again that's going to be used to force Esau's power and control over the people. Mainly to make you Jakes a slave. But it said, and by the word of the testimony, and they love not their lives unto the death, which is why the elect is not going to bend the knee. Because you ain't going to make us bow in this time, man. We've had enough. All right, we tired of this place, man. So it says, therefore rejoice, ye heavens, Therefore rejoice, ye heavens. You know, Snoop Dogg, man, he said in Baby Boy, he's like, shoot me, nigga. Eyes unseen everything but Christ. You know, but we know, hey, man, this world we're fucking fed up with this world, man. Hey, some of my female clients that are actresses in the theater complain about white males in the theater and whitewash history. Hey, man, I actually, what I do now because I'll say like a lot of stuff is going on, but I can't really ever get clear examples because I'm always, you know, there's always so much. But I screenshotted something yesterday, man. Right here, a disgraced Manhattan gynecologist, actually this was today, the brother Shop Brother 12 Bob posted it. A disgraced Manhattan gynecologist, Robert Hayden, is set to be sentenced to 20 years behind bars on a sex trafficking conviction for luring vulnerable patients so he could sexually abuse them. Guess what color he is? He's an Edomite. All right, let's see, I got more. Nearly 50 years after an 8-year-old girl was abducted on her way to a Bible camp, a former Pennsylvania pastor, which was an Edomite, has been charged with the murder of the 8-year-old girl that he abducted on her way to Bible camp in 1975. Let's see what else I got. I mean, I got I got this about John D. Rockefeller, but man, everybody's knowing it's a so-called white man. And definitely, you know, going back to your comment, you know, the white males in theater and whitewash history. Oh yeah, I commented something about that in the early, you know, in the late 1660s. You know, everything, all the laws that were created when Esau came over was to give him immunity and basically portray him as the what do they call it? You know, they call it manifest destiny. So everything Esau did, he believed that he was given the God-given right to do. So when he came over to America, knowing he was supposed to come over here, he believed he was allowed to do the harm and the things that he was doing to Jake. You know, killing, beheading, lynching, raping. You know, let me get that for you. Job 27 and 15. Wait, Job 27 and 15. Is that the right precept? There's no 15. Job. Oh, I'm in Psalms. Salakia. Salakia. Hold on. The water. Let me see. Job 27 and man, I started at verse 13. It says, this is one of my favorite chapters, man. This is the portion of a wicked man with the Most High, which the wicked being the so-called white man, and the heritage of oppressors, which they shall receive of the Almighty, which we know that the judgment that's coming, the destruction that's coming, has been sanctioned by Yahweh, man. And he's going to have his son, Yahweh Shai. Like, again, Esau knows exactly what's going up, he knows what's going on in the heavens. When he sees them chariots flying around, man, he knows what's coming. All right? That's why it talks about him preparing war. So it says, if his children be multiplied, it is for the sword, and his offspring shall not be satisfied with bread. Those that remain of him shall be buried in depth, and his widow shall not weep. Damn. Hey, the widow shall not weep because, like it said in Isaiah 14, everybody's going to be narrowly looking upon this man too. All right? Ain't nobody going to feel sorry for this devil once he's been fully, I'm talking about, yeah, again, we letting the world know that this devil is who he is. But when the world has fully grasped, all right, that Esau was the devil, he was lying the whole time. Even though Apostle Gabar said it, man, in order to know the truth, no, in order to tell a lie, you have to know the truth. The word lie means intentional, conscious falsehood. So what this devil was doing this whole time, he knew perfectly well what he was doing. And when the world knows and catches on to that, when it all comes into fruition, ain't nobody going to pity him. All right? You know, even when it says that the hand of all the wicked shall be upon him, that's talking about like even the common folk. All right? Even the common people, man, talk about this devil now, man. You know, I talk about with World Star, man, or what do you call it? Not World Star, Wild and Out. They had a segment called Hood Jeopardy, and DJ D-Rec asked, you know, the first thing he brought out was things that the white man has destroyed in this time. The first thing they came out with was beat what is planet Earth. And everybody started laughing. Now it's a joke, but when this comes again, when this is a full realization, ain't nobody gonna pity this devil. That's why the world's gonna narrowly look upon him. This was he? This motherfucker right here, you know? Salakia. Job 20, Job, is that 22? And yeah, right there. Job 22, Job 27 and verse 22. 21, the east wind carried them away. That's talking about the nukes. And he departeth. Like the Elder Kazak said, man, 60 minutes. Revelation 18 tells you all about it, man. In 60 minutes, the Lord is going to wipe this place off and wipe it clean. All right? The east wind carrieth him away, and he departed, and as a storm hurleth him out of his place. For the Most High shall cast upon him and not spare. And that's another, see, hey, from the Lord down to the people, man, ain't going to be no pity. Ain't going to be no sparing, all right? If the Lord is going to destroy even a majority of his own people, what makes you think, man, he ain't going to have his way with the wicked? All right, when the Lord said in Psalms the 5th chapter that he have no pleasure in the unrighteous or the wicked. All right, and actually, you know what? I'm gonna get that because it proves something real quick. It goes into Esau as well. Psalms 5 and 4: For thou art not a power that have pleasure in wickedness, neither shall evil dwell with thee. The foolish shall not stand in thy sight. Thou hatest all workers of iniquity. Verse 6, thou shalt destroy them that speak leasing. The Lord will abhor the bloody and deceitful man. And that bloody and deceitful man is the so-called white man. Right now it's hidden through obscurity, you know, pursuing to Isaiah 59. Right, you know, the thing with Hunter Biden right now, man. This dude is clearly being a piece of shit. Clearly just abusing the fucking laws, but they put his trial on hold. They're trying to get him for tax charges, not the fucking matter that he's recklessly driving out, coked up and shit, you know, bragging about it on his phone that he's coked up, you know. So like, bro, ridiculous, man. But yeah, man. So right now this devil is able to do what he wants, because, you know, he has the power. But very soon, all right? Very soon, Job 27-22, for the Most High shall cast upon him and not spare. He would fain flee out of his hand. Men shall clap their hands at him and shall hiss him out of his place. Yeah, it's not talking about actual, like, you know, bravo. I mean, we are going to be clapping. We are going to be rejoicing. But that's more, this is more of like a shame, you know. It's going to be a shame, you know, and people are going to, you know, like they have like in these political meetings, they, you know, if there gets a bystander and he get a little rowdy, they'll have the guards, you know, the guards come up and escort him and throw him out and shit. That's going to be the Lord, man. This man's going to be chased like he was in before, but except this time he's going to be chased and then killed, because he has to be killed in this time. All right, otherwise we're never going to see peace. All right. Isaiah 14:6, he who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke, he that ruled the nations in anger is persecuted and none hindereth. The whole earth is at rest and is quiet. They break forth into singing. So we are, like I said, we are going to be rejoicing. We're going to be having tears because this devil's going to be done with, man. All right. But, you know, this all goes into, my original comments, the Kodachrome, the digital, you know, everything. You know, like I said, you ain't got to check that movie out. Kodachrome is not a checkout movie. There was one scene, 30 seconds long, and they talk about why they did away with Kodachrome. It was so that they can make things digital, so it could be easier to control and delete. All right. When you delete a picture in your phone, you can't get it back. Even when you call the cell phone service, they won't let you get it back. All right. So this is all about power and it's all about control. All right. But very soon, everything else we were talking about is going to come to pass. So, hey, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. You know, my spirit's been up more too, man. You know, I'm healing better. So, Hey, man. Hey. Call halal Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man. And Lord willing, again, this is edifying. Hey, want to say all glory, praise, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and much love, honors and blessings to the elect, the 144,001 man, that are, being sealed up and being confirmed, all right, holding their wits and integrity intact, having faith to the very end. Hey, Yahweh Bashim Shai Brakatham, Kwame Sha'ala Shalawam, Shalawam.